My guest today has created more profile pictures than anyone I know. He's like King Midas with the camera. Everything he touches, golden. Everything he touches turns into a profile picture somewhere. In fact, my profile picture is taken by Tom. Like many of you, I first met Tom through weddings. He's a photographer, I was a videographer. Since then, I've come to know him as much more than a photographer. In fact, he's helped me a lot with this studio. If you go back and check out the earlier episodes, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, I think maybe 6, 7, 8, it starts to change. A lot of the lighting, I had conversations with Tom. A lot of the photos that you see of me, of this equipment, is from Tom. A lot of the work I do, I'm always pairing up with Tom. Portraits, family, events, products. In fact, some of you have asked me for photos, and I always refer you to Tom because he's just good at what he does. In fact, he's great at it. In this episode, we don't talk too much about the photography side of things as much as I would like to. Welcome back, Tom.
Yes, sir. Feels good to be back.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
A little bit more on the personal side because I have come to know him as just a good friend from Hilo. I call him the Hilo Hammer. Fun fact, even though this is episode 15, I think I've probably done about 15 of these conversations in the studio with Tom. It's just most of them might not make the cut. But he is an instrumental part in everything I do professionally. He's someone I trust. The first person I think of whenever I have a need for photos is Tom. Maybe that's going to be the same for you. Just like with every guest on this podcast, I encourage you to check out their socials, check out their digital footprint, see what they got, and actually support them by reaching out should you feel that they are the one to help you with your needs. As always, to support our guest as well as this podcast, check out all the links in the description below. This is Tom. Welcome back, Tom.
Yes, sir. Feels good to be back.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I think the last time you were here, you were doing photos of the studio?
No, it was
Yeah.
the 85 Entertainment. Oh,
Yeah, you're right. That was the last time you were here.
Last time I was in the hot seat, yes.
Yeah, you're right. That was more like scripted,
Yeah.
for making a commercial kind of advertisement stuff, business. But our last podcast was before that, and actually we just moved this table off the wall.
Yeah.
Which the wall is different. So you help with like the lighting, the situation,
And building the wall and...
Oh, come on now.
I didn't do that kind of stuff.
But you did make I think, it's kind of, you were here since like early. And that's part of the fun of like watching 100 Bad Videos is seeing how it changes.
Yeah.
And so seeing you, me, like over here by the wall, whatever, like just the setup changes. It's probably going to change a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe you also talked, was that the time you talked about your 20D?
It was.
That was the time.
Yeah. Hey, that video got some... It's still getting some likes too.
Isn't it crazy how...
Bro.
What's your experience like?
Bro, just like random people like liking it. I don't like getting notifications and stuff. I'm like, I haven't posted, anything really.
Yeah.
And then there's all these likes like one day and then a few days later, same thing.
There's a couple of them that happened where I don't recognize any of these people.
Right.
I just keep scrolling. Like, I don't know any of these people. And I say that not to say like I'm a social media guru. It's the reach.
Yep.
And you never know. Perfect analogy is fishing. We chew the line out. You don't know what's going to bite.
Yeah.
And
you don't know when.
I don't know. Yeah. You don't know when, what is going to bite. But we got some bites on.
We got some bites, bro.
And I like, that's why I started the new Instagram account too. I could have easily changed my existing personal private account to the new packaging, branding, labeling and stuff. But I kind of wanted that fresh start. I want to like not know who's engaging and commenting, right?
Yeah.
And build that.
So
that's part of the reason why I started a lot of different accounts, but
Kenji walks, Kenji talks.
You know what I mean? And Twitter.
Kenji stalks.
Oh, hey. You fuck
bars.
Jokes, you fuck. I want to see that experience more, which is means like I'm gaining market share,
yeah,
so to speak. Like I'm expanding and reaching
people that I didn't before, expanding my reach and impact. So with those videos that will just randomly, like one day it's like, whoa, snap, I'm not used to seeing this kind of number on my notifications
Yeah.
and scrolling through people I don't know. How did that, I mean, because we were collaborators on that post.
Mm-hmm.
Did it ever get like creepy to you though?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think the weirdest thing is we're talking about a Canon 20D. You know what I mean? Like, what in the algorithm? How is it pushing? Why is it pushing it to these people?
It's rare.
It is.
I ain't even heard of a fucking 20. Dude,
That's before your time, that.
it is. It is. But here's the other thing that I try not to do. There are a lot of things I try to do, but this is one thing I try not to do is I try not to pigeonhole myself into Hawaii.
Mm.
I love Hawaii. I'm born and raised, right? I've represented Hawaii around the world in many different ways and shapes, right? But I don't want that to be the only entryway to somebody who doesn't know me.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's why it feels kind of like validating and refreshing to see this engagement from people that like, where that
All over the world,
Yeah,
randoms.
and then within that it's like, but guess what? You might hear something that we say that's pigeon.
Yeah.
You're talking about taking photos of lava. Like who
Mhm.
takes photos of lava? Oh yeah, you're in Hawaii.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? So it'll creep in there, the Hawaii factor, but I don't think that's what I don't want to lead with that.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And so I would rather lead with myself, who's Kenji, who's Tom. And I mean, since that time, bro, like I was saying, like I need a counter in here. Like how many of these
Yeah.
you know? But there's been a few. There's been some bangers.
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I want to ask you, how good of photos can I take with the FX3? Like,
I think good enough. I mean, I feel like for, people just looking at it on their phone, you don't need something crazy. Because what is it, 12 megapixels?
bro, I don't
I think
know.
so, because that's what the A7S III is.
Wait, you telling me only 12?
Yeah, 12.
Nah,
Yeah.
I feel like my GH5 had 12
Probably. I
or
wouldn't
like
doubt-
17.
I wouldn't doubt
Micro Four Thirds versus
Yeah.
full frame,
it. Yeah.
but it's photo.
Yeah.
For real. Hey,
I think-
everybody
I mean,
will
it-
fact check you, you know.
Fact check them.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not completely sure. But I'd assume 12 because A7S III is 12 too.
Okay. So I was saying that because that's obviously like we both use cameras for work, right? I wanted to implement photos in some way, shape, or form, besides just taking a still from
Yeah.
the video
Yeah.
of like the guest, for example.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what if I like before we start, I say, hey, look here, smile. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
be a photographer,
Yeah.
get some stills, and then we start this. But then I was like, I don't know, do I need a new?
No, I think that'll be enough, especially for a thumbnail.
12
I mean,
megapixels
Yeah,
is,
not like you're trying to print it out or anything. So
oh, no.
I think that should be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And if you're wrong,
Come at me.
you owe me an A7 IV. The guy Tevis who was just in here,
Yeah.
I think that's A7 IV he had, and he
Yeah,
has
the
F-
whole vlog setup.
You seen him? Huh?
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a perfect vlog setup.
Yeah.
Set it up, stand in front, or use it like a
Like-
selfie stick.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot to ask him what it. I can ask him.
What is that?
The tripod stand thing he had. Oh, you know.
I know.
What?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's the Sony one.
Yeah.
Part of their creator package thing. Because is that the one where you can press record?
Yeah, I saw a button on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So you can press record. I think if you hook up some cords, you can like zoom in, zoom out, stuff like that.
Oh, from the tripod leg,
Yeah,
It's
I think.
kind of like a DJI.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he came through. We talked about shooting. I guess he knows Thai.
Oh,
I didn't-
okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
everyone knows Thai.
Who doesn't? Hey, that's cool, bro. Like, you get brothers, sisters.
Sisters.
And they're younger, right?
Older.
Oh wait,
I'm the youngest.
how do I always forget this? Do you ever feel like, oh, I'm living in their shadow?
Yeah.
For real?
Especially in Hilo when it's so small. And you go through the school.
Every
Yeah.
teacher's like,
Oh.
another Takata.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. It's half sisters.
Oh, so they don't have Takata name.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I mean, still, like people. Oh, you so and so's
Yeah.
younger
Yeah.
brother, and what did that ever like cause?
No, it was like, oh, whatever. I mean,
Because you heard of middle kid syndrome
oh yeah,
or complex, whatever.
yeah.
You think there's a younger sibling complex?
I think so.
What is
Like
that?
being like the baby and stuff.
Being the most hammer.
Yeah, being the best. Yeah, being the most like, I don't know,
What?
being the baby of the group.
Yeah. But there's two older than you.
Yeah.
So I grew up with one older than me.
Mhm.
I know the numbers make a difference somewhere, but I guess, yeah. I get the middle one,
Yeah.
right? It's like, I'm forgotten. I'm
Yeah.
not here or there.
Nobody cares.
Everybody's like, fuck this. I was not like, I was the younger of two, though. There's only two. But I have friends, actually one who has two older sisters, too.
Oh, I see.
So he's the only boy and he's the youngest.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be some kind of like mark that's left on you,
Yeah,
even as an adult now.
Yeah.
I wonder what that is, though. Does Abby have that?
No, she only. Oh, and she's the youngest too, actually. Yep.
Hey, the two youngest hooked up.
Hey, that could be a thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
We're the youngest. I wonder if that's the thing.
I wonder.
I mean, I know. Like, there's I forgot what I studied psychology in school. I say that like I was defeated. I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be honest, as a senior in high school. And I just chose one that got me a scholarship to get off the island. I was like, all right, check, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I just picked psychology. Part of what you learn in like the beginning, like 101, 102, 103 stuff is like Sigmund Freud and all that, right? But sort of like what shapes a person.
Yeah.
And then you start with literally child psychology.
Yeah.
And so part of that is when I'm reading books and stuff about these topics, like where you're born. Interestingly, not just in the house, but the community around you. In Hawaii, it's easy because like we call everybody auntie uncle.
Yeah.
So I really think that has a good effect on like that communal aspect of growing up here. But then like in your house, in your family, if you're like, and especially in an Asian house or Asian culturally Asian house, like the rank is clear. And so if you're at the bottom of the totem pole, you know what I mean? Everyone always telling me to do their chores.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, that gotta have an effect
Oh yeah.
on you,
100%.
even if you're 50 years old. Like,
Yeah.
It just now I'm like 30, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I can see how that might have affected how I think about shit now.
Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Did you ever hear of like, like your name having like an effect on like your personality?
How so?
Like for example, say like Karens.
Karen,
Yeah.
like how we say Karen today with like, oh,
or
don't
like,
be a Karen.
Or like, like how like Sams, they're kind of all similar and like they do have like similar tendencies or like similarities in their personality.
Tom.
You ever,
What?
hey, my full name is Thomas N, so I
Every time I say Thomas to you, like, no. Rep that shit. What, you mean like people name the same thing, have a
yeah, kind of like similar, not similar personality, but like they do have similarities.
like if you have a, are you so okay? It's all Thomasons then?
Yeah,
You're kind of similar.
I mean, yeah. Well, you won't find another one like me, so
Yeah, I know that.
Pretty
though. I
unique.
know that. Hey, I was so stoked to go. I went Kauai a couple weeks ago, whatever. Kenji Burger. I had that feeling where I'm like, first of all, I hardly see Kenjis.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Let alone meet a Kenji.
yeah,
Like face to face.
Yeah.
Dude, I should actually think how many times that's happened in my life. It's, I don't know. I'm trying to think now. Like, did I? No, I don't know. But like, I have a name that not too many people have.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I went to Japan, I thought for sure I'm gonna meet some Kenjis in Japan.
Negative.
I met a lot of Taiseis. Like
Yeah.
my brother,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
taught at least 2 Taiseis at
Yeah.
the schools I went to. But I was like, where are all the Kenjis at?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a old, like, I'm trying to think of like a I was gonna say Beethoven, but like a American or English name that's just not used anymore. Maybe my name is dated like that. I thought
Yeah.
like it's a generational thing that's passed. No one names their kid Kenji anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't meet too many Kenjis, so I feel like maybe there's that effect there of I'm different.
Yeah. Good.
That has an effect on me too. Like growing
Yeah.
up, no one else is like me. No one else is out here named Kenji. Roll call, teacher says Kenji. We know who it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
No doubt.
No
Not
doubt.
this one, not that one.
Yeah.
I don't need a nickname because there's more of it. Like, so I think there is an example.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, okay, now I'm digging into my like undergrad schooling. There could be the observer effect as well. Meaning I'm projecting my thoughts onto
Who?
this thing that is, there's 5 toms in front of me.
Yeah.
There must be something similar in between them.
Mm.
And let me find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I found it there. That means everybody named Tom has.
That's similar. Yeah.
So I would say though, there are archetypes of like friends.
Mm.
Well, I say friends with people. Like everybody has that one friend who can make everybody else laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that one friend who's like the class clown.
Yeah.
The one friend who gets all the chicks.
Oh yeah.
Like there's those archetypes in every kind of
For sure.
group or circle or
Yeah.
class or town, right?
Mhm.
The one bully. Fuck. He's coming.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That I'm way more like subscribed to
Mm.
than anything else. What was you? Well, you was a
What?
wait, you was wild out in high school.
I feel like our whole friend group was kind of wild in high school.
You're the troublemaker though.
Instigator, maybe.
Instinct. Oh, you're just egging people on,
Someone who wouldn't get in trouble.
but was right next to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. But okay, what's the most trouble you ever got into then?
Nothing.
Oh, he's
What?
like, I don't
No,
want to
I-
incriminate myself.
No, nothing. What? I mean, I haven't really got in trouble. I feel like.
Nah. Come
Yeah.
on.
No, I'm serious.
Bro, nobody can track you down and write
No,
you on
well,
citation.
Maybe I never get caught. That's why.
All right. I'm asking you to rat on yourself, but I can't see you as that guy either.
Me either. Not right now. You know,
There could be another chapter.
could be.
Wow.
Not in this chapter though.
What do you think like is, because you just came back from where you went? Whistler. No,
Whistler and Seattle.
Whistler in Seattle. And you got food poisoning in Seattle.
On the day we're supposed to leave, yes.
Wait, so you have to extend your stay then?
Yeah. Because so our flight was at 9. We're supposed to leave the Airbnb around like 6:30, 6:45. And then right at 6:30, I was like, I threw up. And I was thinking about like toughing it out. I'm like, bro, no way. There's no way I could do this.
Or like toughing out the plane ride.
Yeah. And lucky thing I never, because like within that like plane ride that we would have been on, that's when it was
The worst.
everything was coming out.
Ooh. Yeah, good thing. Good
Everything.
call.
Doots.
I know what you mean when you say everything.
Everything. Simultaneously too.
Oh, not.
Bro. That's how you know it's bad. The same
Wait.
time.
Wait, so what was it? The oysters?
I don't know.
You had something crazy. What was it?
It was a ghost chili pepper whiskey oyster shooter.
See, I wouldn't even take that. That's where you fucked up.
Hey,
That's where you.
hey, I
What
gotta
made
try
you
something
say-
crazy in Seattle.
You don't. Do you have to?
You got
It was at the end of a long trip. You
Gotta
already
go
had
out.
enough. I saw your stories. I saw
yeah,
your,
yeah. But it's crazy because I feel like I have like a pretty iron stomach. Like nothing really
you.
phases me. I'll try anything.
I know
But-
this from the gifts you give, including what was that, like fermented shark fin, the hottest ghost. Was that a ghost pepper chili
It was.
thing?
I had to like sign a waiver to get that.
Yeah. So if that's what you're giving people, guarantee you eating
Yeah.
that.
But, bro, I was man down.
I forgot why I was asking, but what else? What was that trip all about?
Well, I think it's turning into a yearly thing where me and my group of friends from Hilo just kind of do a trip. You know, last year we went to like Disneyland, Universal, all of that shebang. This year everyone got their passports. We're like, oh, we go like Whistler, Canada, or something, Seattle. Next year maybe Japan. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Have you been?
haven't, not yet.
Can I be friends?
I got to work on my Japanese a little bit.
By the way, shout out to you for learning the mother tongue.
Yes, sir.
How is that going?
It's going pretty good. I mean, I feel like it's stuff that I already learned, and it's just like she's like digging it back up. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's how I say that.
One-on-one?
No, there's like 5 of us, I think. It's not too
5
bad.
grown-ass adults
Yeah,
trying to learn
Yeah.
Japanese.
yeah.
Okay. And what's the structure like?
Well, she kind of goes over like a new, like for example, like conjugations or something.
Cause spit it. What?
Oh god.
What did you learn yesterday or last
Last
week
time
or whatever?
was intending to do something,
Thai? Or no? What,
or like intending like intending to go to Japan. Nihon ni iku sumori desu.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you got it. Ping
And
pong.
then-
Yeah, no, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we do a little bit of reading and stuff. Reading like hiragana, I can do like all of that stuff.
Hiragana, katakana.
Yeah.
You started the kanjis.
Not yet. No. I mean, I did learn a little bit of kanji in college, but I don't think I can remember it.
So, like you got some sentences already then.
Yeah, I could put together something for
Is-
sure.
So in class, is it like you go to class with a bunch of drills? I'm just saying this because this is how
Yeah.
when I was like 101, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's a conversation A and B, and you got to memorize it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you
Yeah.
take turns. I'm A, you're B,
Yeah.
you're right. Is it kind of like that?
Kinda, yeah. I think it's getting to that point. I don't think we're there yet, like the whole class. Like, I feel like, not to like brag or anything.
Oh,
But I
I'm
feel like
smashing them.
I'm a little bit, well, I did take 2 years in college. I think
Oh.
these guys are,
Brand new.
yeah. I mean, this is level 2
Okay.
out of 7. And I did ask her if I could place out of,
You should.
and she asked me questions and whatever. She's like, okay, you're in level 2. I'm like, I was thinking
She's like, stay right here.
I was thinking maybe like 4 or 5 or something, but
Whoa. Yeah, I like the
I don't-
confidence.
yeah.
Is there like a goal? Like you're gonna take the JLPT or something?
What is that?
Oh, the Japanese language proficiency test.
Oh,
It's like when study abroad or students from other countries come to America, they have to take a TOEFL or TOEIC.
see.
It's an acronym for basically an English proficiency test.
yeah,
And if you pass that, then you can take or enroll in the regular courses and stuff.
I see.
JLPT is kind of similar.
Yeah,
Like at universities, they'll use it. It's the standardized test of your proficiency.
I see.
So there's N1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see.
5 is like the easiest one.
Yeah.
And so some programs will train towards this is the N5 prep course,
I see.
right?
Yeah.
This is the N1 prep course. So that would be like the hardest one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more what just you have a notebook. We're going to finish this level 2
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
in 1 month or something like that kind of.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, so 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And what were you going to be at 6 weeks when it?
I mean, end of level 2, going on to level 3. I'd assume. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got Nihon ni kutsumori desu.
Yeah.
And you could basically from that, I can see how you've already piecing together a lot of the language.
Yeah. Yeah.
How about like the thing that got me? I thought it was hard at first.
Mm.
It was the hardest part, but then became the most easy. Not easy. I want to say like it's hard because when you speak in English, you only know this after learning another language, especially like Japanese. But there's so many words that just think about what we tease people Hawaii, right? We tease everybody. Everybody can get it. It don't matter like what, every accent, every nationality, everybody gets it at school. Like when you tease them jokes, what you tease like your friends' parents for saying highlights the difficulties, inconsistencies, and the hardest parts of English to learn. Pronouns, for example, he, she, not in the woke like way that like let's just talk grammatically.
Okay,
like language,
okay.
Not what.
I was like, where are you going with this?
not that conversation.
Okay.
Literally, pronouns in the English language.
Yes.
The way you use them has so much information, and it signifies your level of proficiency as a speaker, because people who speak English as a second language will often make mistakes here.
Yeah.
Japanese is one of those languages that you see people's Japanese native speakers learning to speak English will often make mistakes with pronouns he and she. So if you kind of reverse engineer that, it's like, what does an English speaker make mistakes with when they learn Japanese? Oftentimes we try and throw in way too many anata, kimi, watashi.
So I don't even try to, because it's like,
Yeah, but that speaks to a larger picture of you don't even need the subject.
Take it out.
You don't even need the subject in the SVO, right? You don't even need the subject a lot of times, because that directional information, that these pronouns and stuff that give direction to the verb in the sentence, he went to this to grab his whatever, like it's kind of like I imagine them as arrows. Where is the subject going?
Yeah.
What's happening to the object, right? All that kind of information there is packed into the verb. So if you just learn how to conjugate the verb, those kind of arrows are in the verb.
Yeah.
Iku.
I see.
Yeah. So now it's like I can literally say one verb and it's equivalent to a whole sentence in English, because that kind of info, the subject, verb, object kind of info is packed into this verb. So it's real efficient.
Yeah.
If and when you get to the point where I know how to conjugate verbs.
Yeah.
It's hard though.
It is.
Because we don't have that. We use all these other little 2-3 letter words and stuff so frequently and so natively that we can't even. It's hard for me to explain how to. When I was a teacher, it was hard for me to teach things like with, on, my, there. Like, what's the difference? Like, I use them all the time, but I never thought about what rules they follow.
Yeah.
I can't unpack the rules for you to learn coming from that language. Where I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, what's some verbs, Iku, taberu.
Yeah. Kaeru, kao, nomu, yomu.
Okay. Yeah. Like your everyday verbs, right?
Yeah.
So like if you were to say like taberu is super easy.
Yeah.
Right? So it's taberu, tabemasu. That's kind of the same, just different levels of formalities, right?
Yeah.
But then what else do you know how to conjugate?
Tabemasen deshita.
Yeah.
Tabeta.
Yeah.
Tabete, and then tabete kudasai or something.
Yeah. Okay. So already, right? Like tabete.
Yeah.
That's kind of like if I was to say that, hey, or like tabeta. That's a good one, like the simple past tense form, tabeta. That's a sentence. Yeah. But if I were to say it in English, right? If I were to say it in English, it'd be like
eaten.
I, or that's the part you'd have to signal. I ate or you ate. Yeah. But the context in Japanese will let us know who's doing what. Yeah. Tabeta. It could be a whole conversation that happened before. Tabeta. And then I'll know, oh, it was Tom who ate something versus me who ate something, because everything is so contextual. And that's the hardest part I had too as a native English speaker to get over. Yeah. But then once you kind of give up to this way of like speaking, you gotta let go. You gotta let go. Yeah. And then once you pick that up and you're like, oh man, it's fun now. Yeah. Humor, jokes, like they're all encoded in this too. And like taberareta, I got a 6 and 4-year-old, right? Yeah.
That's like, I want to eat. Or
no. So like dareru, think of that as the ending. Yeah. And that's like I can't even remember the exact thing in the notebook. Like, dude, I passed N1 12 years ago. And I haven't really studied since. So it's like, I feel like now I have a dad bod. I know I look pretty in shape years ago, but I'm like, it's there, but I have to work for it. That's how I feel with Japanese. But like, dareta is like something happened to you.
Oh,
You are the receiver of an action that is outside of your will. Like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
So if like taberareta could mean something ate me, like a shark or something, like in a story, if it's like a fantasy story. Like, oh man, the monster came and ate me.
I see.
Taberareta. So you know tabe, because that's the root. I know it's to eat. But then what comes after that, the way you conjugate it, right?
Yeah.
It starts to, to me, it's nice because it's compact. It's all this, it's like E equals MC squared. That explains the world or the universe as we know it, right?
Yeah.
It's like a conjugated verb in Japanese kind of has that same, like, there's so much info in this little one word that we call. But tabetai, right? Want. The tai is the want.
Yeah.
Ta is past tense, plain, but masha is past tense, more like formal.
Yeah.
Nai, negative, plain. Masen,
Yeah.
nakata, masen deshita, right? So there's all these, but then you get the rareru, saseru. Saseru would be, I make you do the verb.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, if I said, like, I forced Tom to eat the cake.
Yeah.
Or like, you could kind of say, like, if parents are talking about kids,
make them eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tabesasete would be like, hey, like, feed them this or have them eat this, or even kind of like nicer way of like, give them this.
I see.
See what I'm saying? So already, if you just heard that verb, you know it's kind of a top down, or at least somewhat of a imparting the verb on someone else. Which in English we use all these other little words around the verb. Yeah. So it's really it's fun after a while.
Yeah.
I mean, just speaking to you about it, it's like, yeah, dude, I kind of want to open up the books, dust off the books in the garage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I just need to read a little bit more. Reading's a different thing. Do you guys read?
Not really. We're not at that level yet. What do you mean, like read?
Reading
like
Japanese?
Yeah, like hiragana and stuff. Yeah, we read a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like? I'm getting all kinds of flashbacks.
go.
Reading comprehension. So you read this paragraph.
Untranslated.
Like, no, like what did the lady do at the bus stop?
Oh yeah.
Like, fucking like school. It's
Yeah,
school
yeah.
again. You know what I mean? And then you do conversations, probably vocab.
We don't really have that much conversations with like each other. But I think like back in college we did that because the class that I'm in is so like condensed that there isn't really much time for it's just her like trying to pound as much stuff as she can and to your brain.
Dude, but it's nice that it's a 5-on-1 or 1-on-5 situation.
Yeah.
And so what about the speaking part?
We'll take turns, like, taking a sentence out of the paragraph or whatever.
And what, she try and like correct her pronunciation and stuff?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
So what's the hardest part for you then?
I mean, not really. I feel like this level is like pretty, because I learned these things already. But I feel like the next levels, then it'll get like more like challenging, like the newer stuff.
So, but those 2 years were in what, high school?
Actually, both high school and college.
Oh, one in each or something?
Yeah, no, 2 years in college and then like 2 years in high school.
Oh, bro, what you doing in level 2?
Bro, I don't know, to be honest.
Try to test out, but she put you back in.
I know.
Like, wait, what?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
You should try test out again. I mean, what? She, when you're like, hey, can I test out? And then she started spitting that game at you. And what, you just didn't understand what she was saying? So
no, it was before I even jumped into a class.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
it was a placement.
Yeah, placement, sorry.
Oh. And what was that? Like simply sitting down and talking with her?
No, she emailed me like in Japanese, just try email back.
Cause ChatGPT.
I was thinking
She's
about
like,
that.
oh, you should be a professor. Can you?
Yeah, but I didn't want to be like on the hot seat and then be like, oh fuck, I don't know, I never learned that.
Well, that is gonna happen.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time, even with just Anna. You know. Like,
Yeah.
she kind of knows how much I've digressed. Like, use it or lose it, bro.
Yeah.
And I've been losing it steady. Like,
Next podcast will be all in Japanese.
no, Dr. Aki was like, I thought, hey, come in, you know, like, he said, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, fuck. I know already we go in there, but it's good. It's good for me because I look at it like the gym. You're going to figure out where your max is.
Yeah.
And that you don't try anything more.
Yeah.
You're going to hurt your ego.
Yeah.
You're going to give up, you know, but find out where it is and how much you can do. So oftentimes it's, whenever we get to like, it's hard to like measure in language. It's not just numbers on plates, right?
Yeah.
It's not simple math. It's like, I noticed that I can't respond at the speed I want to, something like that.
Yeah.
I noticed that when we talk about me, I can talk pretty confidently. But when I'm listening to someone else's story, I don't know how to make remarks that, let's say, allow us to dive deeper into their story. So we always stay around this level, surface level.
Yeah.
Whereas in English, I would catch that and then ask a question that digs one level deeper.
Yeah.
But you can notice these things. It's a gradual process. And it's very fulfilling when you do, I couldn't do that before, but now I can. Like that new personal best, lifting or whatever it is you're doing, running. And then the time factor. So how quick
You can.
it takes you to comprehend and respond.
Yeah.
You're going to kind of bite your tongue a lot of times. Like, even if you know it,
Yeah.
but
It just
it
can't
stops
go
right
off,
there.
yeah.
You're like, But then there'll be a day where it's like boom, 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 boom. And like, there was a time I was actually learning Portuguese in Japanese.
Wow.
I was.
Why would you do that?
I was well, because the only person, like the Brazilian lady who married a Japanese guy, like 3-4 stations south of where I was living, friend of a friend type thing, right? Our common language was Japanese, meaning she could speak some English, I could not speak any Portuguese, but we could both speak Japanese. That was our most efficient bridge to cross.
I see.
We could probably have made it done in English. You know what I mean? But the way it was is like Japanese was the best bridge that we could cross for communication. And I was planning to go to the 2014 World Cup that was going to be in Brazil.
Oh, I see.
I had just came back from the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. So like, I'm going to the next one in Brazil. So I think 2012-ish, I started, and I was like, hey, boom, paid lessons. I'll come here once a week, right? Like homework, like basically what I did for Japanese, but for Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. Bro, don't do it.
Don't do it. I bet, bro. That's brutal.
That was the biggest like mind fuck because when you think about it, English and Portuguese are closer together
Then
than Japanese
yeah.
and English, Japanese and Portuguese, Japanese, English. So to go through Japanese to get to something that's closer to English, but my questions and what I want to ask is like, oftentimes there's like a word in Portuguese, vocabulary. That's something any language learner goes to, is like vocabulary, simple, like flashcards, whatever. Tanuki, neko, inu, right? Like, that's it. Those are closer in English and Portuguese than Japanese, but then I have to go a roundabout way to get there, and that will always mess me up. And so when we are like trying to do like A/B conversations, I notice whenever I hit a wall in like Portuguese, I'm like bop bop bop, and then it's like I would go to Japanese and then go back to Portuguese. when I realized if I just went to English,
yeah.
my chances of being understood in Brazil are way higher.
Yeah.
But because it's like I'm crossing that Japanese bridge, it's like it was so confusing.
Oh, I bet, dude.
And like when I'm taking notes,
Yeah.
I'm hearing Japanese, I'm taking notes in English, but I'm trying to write in Portuguese. Like, it was crazy, bro.
Bro, that's like Inception.
It did feel like Inception. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I welcomed the challenge. And I remember that was when I felt tired. There's some things you do
Yeah.
mentally that
Yeah.
physically exhaust you. And it was already like night classes. So after that train ride getting back, I was like, I was spent.
Yeah.
You ever get like,
Oh, yeah.
like
For
that,
sure.
that mental exhaustion? I guess even sometimes weddings too.
Oh, yeah.
Because the obvious thing is like 8 hours standing up most of the time. But if it's a fun one, it doesn't exhaust you.
Yeah.
It's the one that's like stressful.
Yeah. Nothing's organized. You're like running around.
You're the coordinator.
Yeah.
and the limo driver.
Yeah.
Hey, you can get in my car.
Yeah.
Like that's when I feel super exhausted after
Oh,
it.
yeah. Same.
But well, how's this year looking for you?
Pretty busy. Yeah.
What was that month that you did like something every day?
Oh, brother. I
Yeah.
feel like always, I think this is like 2 years in a row, like November, where there was something like every day, where it'd be like a little shoot or like a wedding or baby party, Christmas photos. I just always had something every day. I was like, oh, bro, this is redonks.
Red donks. He said.
Redonks.
Hey, that's the hustle though.
Yeah.
What you think about? You've heard the conversations I've been having and stuff, and like you know the vision.
Yeah.
How do you think? Because okay. Let me challenge you.
Okay.
AI is putting you out of a job.
Sure is.
So your November this year gonna look different than your November last year. What are you doing about that?
Right now, nothing. But
Yeah.
I would hope to start this YouTube train soon. I know I've been saying that for the past 2 years, but I did send you what the setup looked like, so that was a step in the right direction.
Looks fire.
I think it's just the content, putting it out. Maybe coming up with creating the content, actually.
What's the hurdle?
Like the ideas and I don't know.
What do people ask you? Let's say in the month of November. Let's go back to this November month.
Okay.
What were people asking you? People, I mean your clients, the people at the wedding party, whatever.
Yeah.
What were questions people were asking you? That's your videos.
Oh, I see.
That's your
Yeah.
videos. What do people ask you when, like, if me, I'm like, hey, call up my homie. I don't do photos. Call Tom.
Yeah.
What do they ask?
Mm.
Boom. That's your videos. It's really, I think when we're talking about your, like your channel, what's it going to be and stuff. Is that what the trailer, the one I shot a long time ago, was that for YouTube?
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
So that was, dude, Shinji was like 1 or something. Like how
That was so long ago. We're gonna have to do another one.
Oh man, that was a while ago. But
Shit, yeah.
I think at that time you were talking about like doing gear
Yeah.
review,
Yeah.
like Gerald or Undone or Frono's photo, or I mean, there's so many, right?
Yeah.
But it was something else to it. You were talking about like how you direct.
Yeah. So basically, behind the scenes of a shoot, a wedding, just a thought process of why did I shoot here looking this way, or why did I have them do this, or why is their head pointing this way, or why did I frame it like that? Those types of things.
So it's like split screen. I see the photo.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the screen, I see you like talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what else you could? I mean, already shout out to Kay. I've seen her do a few times where she does like an edit, but a live.
Oh, I see.
I think I want to say she did it on Instagram, but it could be YouTube.
Can I be giving away those secrets?
Hey, ain't no secret stuff.
Just kidding.
That's the way I see it. Look, in YouTube, there's no secrets.
Yeah.
It's just people who don't do it. Everyone can do it.
Yeah.
It's literally the secrets are out in plain sight. You see what the good thumbnails look like. Copy that. No, get AI to copy it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You see the list. This is how to videos.
Mm.
Fuck, it's like everywhere. But people don't do it.
Yeah.
So there's no secret. It's just people not doing it. But with you, that's why you got that GoPro too, right?
Yeah.
To mount on.
Yeah.
Bro, I see all the ingredients
I
for
know.
the fire.
I do have it.
You have way more than just from your November month.
Mm.
You could go in your text, emails, and all that. Better yet, throw it into ChatGPT.
Mm.
Say extract the most frequently asked questions, make a theme out of it. I want to see it in a bullet point list that's no longer than 20 or something, whatever. And then you have your 20 videos. And you can flesh each one out into something that has examples, right? I'm sure if somebody pricing, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
How I price my shoes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Easy. Then it's like in the field stuff.
Mm.
So how I pose a bride by herself.
Yeah.
How I pose a bride and groom. How I pose a bride who's taller than the groom.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, all the insecure grooms are going to click on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Right? How I pose a plus size couple.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I being next to you in those situations and seeing how you problem solve, seeing how you direct, how you interact, and how I think directing is its own masterclass, bro.
Oh yeah, I think so.
That could be its own channel.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised no directing photographer channel popped up on my feed. Yeah. There's some street photographers who do that though.
Yeah,
but not like, is there a wedding? There's gotta be some wedding. Like, this is how to direct.
Maybe not direct, but more like, yes. I feel like posing and directing is kind of like different.
How so?
Where like posing, it's more like, okay, stand here, put your hand in your pocket, and I feel like directing, you kind of gotta. Well, for our style of shooting, more like candid stuff. So like, not necessarily posing, but directing where you're trying to get a reaction like out of them to have that like little candid moment.
You're setting the stage, you're setting a prompt
Yeah.
to the couple.
Yeah. So I do give a little bit of posing
Yeah.
because of course you want it to look nice,
Yeah.
but the reaction that we want out of them is not something we can tell them like, okay, just smile at each other. You know,
Yeah. I know.
you
I know.
gotta like crack
like-
a joke or
I'd be hearing some whack stuff though.
Bro.
That's another YouTube
Bro.
video.
Yeah.
Don't prompt like this. Don't direct like this. It's like act like you just farted. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
is that directing?
I don't
is
know.
that-
I mean,
That's not posing.
if it gets the reaction out of them, then but
I've heard some whack
bro, I hear some whack stuff too, but
prompts out there,
I don't use them, but I mean, I guess it works for some people.
and it's a read too on the person, right? So you got to have
Yes.
some amount of empathy, not just your technical ability, not just your experience about how to make the best of what you got. It's kind of rainy, whatever. Like, but there's also the part of like reading the bride and groom,
Yeah.
and then being like, he's over this,
Yeah.
or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
she's real concerned about her shoes and not scuffing them.
Yeah.
Okay, like those little things versus like, I'm gonna give you my top 5 prompts that I always know work.
Yeah.
And here's number 1. Like,
Yeah.
okay. I like the way to kiss her shoulder
Oh,
up
yeah.
to her temple.
Yeah.
So would you say, okay, this is a prompt I heard Tom do many times and I've stolen it. I will say I've stolen it. You position the bride in front of the groom, kind of have the groom poke out a little bit on the side.
I always say
Okay, you
do the super cringy prom pose. And then right there, they know what position to get into. Because then I would be like, okay, groom, go behind the bride
Yeah,
and kind of wrap, and
yeah.
they're going to be moving around. But prom pose, they're like, oh, okay, the one from behind, you know.
and then
And then I'm like, okay, well, we're going to like spice it up a little bit. Kiss her from the shoulder all the way to the cheek. And as he's doing that, she's, you know, people are like ticklish. She's going to just be like already giggling. And that's that candid
Would you say
reaction.
that's posing or directing?
I think a little bit of both.
Pyrecting.
Pyrect. That's what you.
Pyrector Tom. No.
That's the YouTube channel.
Hey. Wear a pirate hat.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's a good distinction to make that I didn't necessarily think of when I was in the field with you. You know what I mean? Because me, I was very much. I think the way you framed it, I was very much. I was a poser.
I was a poser.
I was a poser. I was posing people in a very like, you're a mannequin and I'm moving you. Left shoulder down, right foot back, weight here, knee bent, like hip. I'm just trying to move you with my words. But there was a bit of the I guess you could say directing, or when it's like, okay, you're gonna start from here, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna walk all the way there.
Yeah.
Even just that is different than
Just
being a mannequin for me.
Yeah.
Right. So there was always like a back and forth pose, direct. And a lot of it was just on basing like the reading skills. A lot of it's also, let's be real, a lot of it is, if I'm with you, I don't even need to say anything because we've worked together so much. And I know what, if you're like, for you set up in the prom pose, I know, oh, he's going to do the kiss.
Yeah. You know.
So I get in position
Where to
I,
be.
I know what you're going to.
Yeah.
And it's easier for the couple because they're not listening to this guy,
Yeah. And then
and
this
that guy, and then that guy, and then that girl, and then it's just like their attention can be on you, and they're gonna get the bomb photo, they're gonna get the bomb video, right? Versus working with someone else who might want to grab the mic a little bit more and say, "Go here, go there." Like there's a lot that goes into it, and I think, boom, see, like already, boom, that's like 5 different YouTube videos that you can talk about. But I think it's interesting coming from your perspective. I'm not saying like mic yourself up at an actual wedding, but having that kind of post in studio review.
Yeah.
And then here's another thing, like I'm going to do too for this YouTube channel, or maybe a different, I don't know, for a YouTube channel. Mistakes. I think mistakes highlight where you're at. Same thing with Japanese language, how we're saying.
Yeah.
The mistakes you make are different than mistakes I make.
Yeah.
They're still mistakes, but they highlight what level we're at.
I see.
And so same thing with photographers, same thing with any craft. I can tell kind of where you're at by the mistakes you make. I think one good thing that comes out of that is you're not only like giving yourself a benchmark, this is where I'm at today, but you're letting the people who are just behind you, you're giving them a boost, pay benefit from my mistakes so you don't make it.
Yeah.
But you're also letting the people just in front of you know, hey, I'm right here. I could be your protege.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you think of somebody that you need at my level, boom, think of me. You can solve my problem. You've already solved my problem. You'd benefit from me learning what you have to offer, benefiting from what you have to offer. So it's like mistakes. People try and hide them. They don't post them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But really, that's the best telltale of like where someone is.
It's a good one.
But I guess you don't make mistakes though.
Not me. Nah.
Not in November.
Not in November.
But like what kind of mistakes do you make? You don't put the lens cap on, I know. But like what like leave the lens cap on, you know? What kind of mistakes does Tom make?
I mean, maybe not mistakes, but like I feel like they'll, like looking back, you go home, look at the photos, be like, oh shit, I should have shot it this way, or I should have brought my shutter speed up a little bit more, or just stuff like that.
So technical.
Yeah, technical stuff.
So you don't miss though.
I mean, improvements, maybe not like mistakes, because it's fine. It's all right. Like it's not.
Right, you still deliver the product.
They're not going to be pissed off for what they get.
Yeah. So then what's the like, man, this is what I'm working on now. Besides YouTube, like for you, like
for me, what am I working on?
Yeah.
Nothing much, really. I gotta say.
You have the perfect director
Yeah,
and
director.
photographer.
But it is to do the YouTube stuff. YouTube, Japanese. That's what's going on.
You think you could do Japanese weddings?
Maybe. If, like, directing.
I'll tell you what. That's where I came from, right?
Yeah.
I did more no, I did more weddings here. But I did a lot of weddings in Japan before I came home and did weddings here. It's a bit more mannequin-y.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
maybe, now I think about it, maybe that's why I came and started doing that in Hawaii too. Like,
No,
as
yeah.
far as my posing.
Yeah.
Then I started getting more into directing. I think part of that is the language barrier. Because it's easier to kind of give emotional cues that something can come out of in your native language, I think. But I think you could get there directing or posing in Japanese quicker than you could get to the directing part.
Yeah.
Because it's really just saying vocabulary and verbs. The te form of a verb.
Suwate kudasai, tate kudasai. Yeah.
Odeko awashite kudasai. Right?
That's level 3.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah. I got
pull your
you.
forehead together. Te o tsunaide kudasai. Right? Body part, verb. That's it. And there's a bit of, on their side too, they just trust the photographer. That's, I guess, a good and a bad thing, but I never felt like I was there's not much room for the creativity, the control of creativity is very low in the Japanese wedding, video and photo side. It's very much a decided upon product that must be delivered by, it could be you, me, A, B, C, right? Versus here in America, it's very much a personal brand.
Yeah.
Dare photography, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a certain amount of, I would say, I don't want to use the word unique, but a branded look, a style of look that the paying customer surrenders to, but also chooses. They choose it, right? They want that style. And so you're giving the reins away. And I'm trusting you. I've selected you. I trust you on my day to get this. And I trust you to deliver it. Versus, and there's that bit of uncertainty. Like, it's out of my control. Yeah. I can see what they've done. I trust you're going to give me something similar. Versus the Japanese thing where it's like, I'm getting that pose, that pose in that location, in that location, that location. I'm going on a circuit. Yeah. It's like you walk into a gym with a gym trainer. Tell me what to do, where to go. I'm out. So you have a lot. And the biggest change or biggest difference too is the time spent with the clients. The length of the wedding day itself. I see. It's so much shorter. In Japan.
I figured.
You're getting ready. Ceremony, reception could be done in 4 hours. Right. You could do 2 of those in one day. Yeah. I've done it. 2 like full wedding days or full weddings in one day.
And that's because their receptions are
like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. And that's also because there's a nijikai. That's a new vocab word for you.
Nijikai.
Yeah. Basically after party. And so there's a getting ready ceremony, reception. After that, you'll notice too the numbers at the reception in a like Japanese in a chapel or whatever is small. It's like rarely over 100. Like 50 is kind of a big reception. Yeah. Because it's usually like inner circle. Both side, his side, her side, whatever, families, and then like the close
friends.
Daigaku or like college friends, right? The nijikai is that's when all the friends come.
Oh, everybody.
The parents go home.
Yeah, everybody
gets out of their tuxes, their formal gear, gets in a little bit more like casual, like going out.
And party.
And then that's like the party. So it's actually like a 3-piece of a wedding day, whereas us is just two
ceremony reception.
If you don't count getting ready. Yeah. Ceremony reception, but those each are like long. Yeah. The Japanese one is getting ready is like quick. Ceremony is right where you got ready. bop, bop. And it's not like a mass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
quick, boom, photos, bang, get in it. Maybe go to a different location, 2 hour, eat, speech, bop, bop,
Out of
bounce.
Mm.
Then it's
After party.
after party. So, it's nothing, it's not like it's this way or that way.
Yeah.
I've been to like my friends in Japan when I just went to say like I got invited to the wedding. A lot of times meant just to that nijikai or
Oh, I see.
just to that part. So I didn't see
Not the
y'all
ceremony.
exchange vows
Yeah.
and I didn't see the dress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't go to the eat. A lot of times it's lunch. But I'm here to party at
I'm
night.
here to
You know what I
party.
mean? Like there's games,
Yeah.
there's fun stuff. Everyone's so.
Is that like at like one spot, or is it like going out to bars and stuff? Or
like that's when you rent out a bar or something.
oh, I see.
Like here, where I don't know, work play. Let's say I rented out work play.
D&B or something. I don't know.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you rent out a place,
Yeah.
or a portion of a place, and then that's your. We're gonna have our nijikai over here,
Yeah.
right?
More like casual and you know.
Yeah. Some people might
That's
still
cool.
be wearing what they wore to,
Yeah.
but a lot of times you can dress down, get more casual and comfortable. I kind of miss that actually.
It's pretty dope.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Because we know how tiring
Yeah.
an 8-hour day for us can be.
Yeah.
And if you're a guest, it's still kind of like,
It's still pretty long. It's long.
especially if you're a guest with kids and there's more,
Yeah.
there's like 2-3 locations. You're like,
Yeah.
ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you about to know what I'm saying. When is your guys' date?
We didn't pick a date yet.
We didn't even pick a date.
Actually, we did.
What? Oh,
Secret. Nah. We're going to keep it on our anniversary date.
so it's
So
gonna be
May 15.
515. 25.
25.
Oh, I was just guessing on a 2-5, but
2-5,
for real?
2-5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 2-4 is too close.
Not enough time. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro, weddings is expensive.
what?
Weddings are expensive.
Give me
Like,
an idea, dog. What's
Huh?
going? Oh, what?
Oh, I don't.
You
I
guys
mean,
drop
no, we just been looking around and I was like, oh shit,
What? What's the most
pretty-
oh shit price tag?
oh shit. What's the most oh shit price tag?
Yeah.
It's like, I think it was 4 seasons. Well, the oh shit comes from the cost per head, not necessarily the venue rental itself, but the cost per head for like the food. For example, like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you're getting like good food.
What?
You know?
150,
No, I think it was more than that.
250
I think it was around
350.
there. I think it was like 2 something.
for like what? Your 5 course or something?
Yeah, I think something like that.
Open
forget
bar?
what-
No, that's not even including.
No, I don't think so. It's dollars.
That's not even the venue rental cost.
No, like yeah, no,
Oh, you guys considering 4 seasons?
no. We're just looking. Actually, my sister was looking, so that's all I know about it. My sister's getting married like 1 year from now, so
Once you start dropping deposits, that's when it gets real, though.
she been dropping it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that guest count. I've heard the biggest cost of a wedding is the venue, but oftentimes that's tied into the meals and the head count.
Yep.
And then from there it goes to, I want to say like linen rentals or like tents, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I feel like photo video, well, especially depending on what company you go with. But like if you get like, us Red Ring,
Yeah.
we're most of the times we're pretty up there for, being the most expensive vendor.
I could see that
Yeah.
with like the big package, right?
Yeah. That's
I mean, not after, definitely food is first though.
yeah. I don't know. I've been to some where I was like, they spent the most money on us.
For real.
Guarantee. Yeah. Like they have like one backyard wedding or something.
Oh, yeah, like that. Yeah.
But they get like the whole bundle, SD, everything. It's like, bro.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's definitely,
Yeah.
the 8-hour photo, video, same day
Same day
edit,
edit.
photo booths,
Yeah.
like 85 entertainment. Like,
yeah.
let me get the DJ.
Right.
Okay, that would be probably the biggest cost. but I was thinking like Four Seasons.
Oh,
You said something.
no, yeah.
I don't. I mean, who did that wedding where like the bride rolled up in the helicopter? That was
Rode up in the helicopter?
like to the ceremony site. I think it was Turtle Bay.
Nah, me, I never do that one.
Was it Joseph Esther? I don't know. Was it
I did take pictures
Andrew Tran? I
of
don't
people
know.
in front of a helicopter, but they didn't use it.
Oh, okay.
Well, that-
Poser.
But
Lil
that,
Ulu
that'd be
Palm.
pretty-
Shout out to Lil
yeah,
Ulu
Lulu
Palms.
Palm. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
What?
Coming in a helicopter for
Like
the
to the
ceremony.
ceremony.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to do that.
I-
I, want to come in on a helicopter.
I've
at a
just heard.
ceremony.
Oh, so Abby, wait.
yeah.
Abby, wait at the end of the aisle, and then Tom coming in a helicopter.
Bro.
Hey, change the game.
Yeah.
You know, you got a couple years to
Yeah.
make it work, and
That'd be dope.
Abby seems like a cool, understanding.
Be the first one down the aisle.
Hey, one time I did see the bride come down first.
No.
Yeah, accident.
Oh, accident.
Cause you know why? It was that one location like by what's it? Keahi Ke. What's the lagoon?
Kehi Lagoon.
Ke.
Yeah, by the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that park,
Mm.
and there's like I don't know if it's still there. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Chapel right there.
Oh, yeah.
And so as soon as you come in the doors, there's like a powder room, whatever, on the right and left.
Mm.
So that's where you like hide the bride, huh?
Yeah.
The bride was in there. The guests were seated. So I'm in the front row just waiting to get the aisle shot, right?
Mm. No, she comes out of the room. No.
She came out of the room, dog. And I remember because I'm like shooting down the aisle.
Yeah.
I'm just ready, yeah?
Mhm.
Long lens, boom, down the aisle.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think of it until I saw her face. Because she
Oh.
came out and I'm just like, work mode, got
Yeah.
you, got the
Gotcha.
shot, you in focus, you know,
Yeah.
I'm ready, you
Yeah.
know, I'm doing my job. And I'm like looking at my screen, I'm like looking at her face. And it's like confusion /
No.
shock, you know, like for me, I'm not thinking too much, and she just gets closer, and I'm just thinking about the shot. Got it. Until the point where I kind of look up, and that's the point where I'd usually like see if I could snag a reaction shot, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just see like the officiant with that same look on his face, and then I piece it together like, oh shit, the groom's still waiting outside.
No.
The group's still waiting outside. And so I think they even I want to say like
They redid them.
they opened the door, or like then the groom came in, or it could have been the disaster depending on the bride.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
we've seen
Oh,
many
yeah.
brides.
Yep.
Good thing it was this bride,
Oh, okay.
and good thing it was his family, this crowd. They kind of like
Mm.
laughed it off. Let's reset. The efficient. Oh, he figured out. Oh, this
Yeah.
ain't what's supposed to happen. He ushered her back into the room.
And they redid them.
Then
Nice.
then the
nice.
groom came first. That was the only time I saw
That's pretty
the
crazy.
bride walk down the aisle before
Yeah.
the groom.
I feel like, yeah, some brides would be like, because whose fault was it?
Yeah, like
You know?
I would say coordinator.
Yeah.
The on-site coordinator. I don't
Mhm.
even, or whoever the coordinator was, and or officiant,
Mm.
and or the bride and groom. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't us. Sometimes we're in that position.
So, yeah.
I don't know. It was just one of those like, ooh, that happened.
Dang. That's
I'm
brutal.
not saying that's gonna happen to you guys.
Yeah.
Especially it can't happen if you roll up in a helicopter.
I know.
Are you guys doing Turtle Bay? No.
No, I don't know what we're doing
Cool.
yet.
No.
I don't know.
Ko'olau.
We liked Kolau at first. I don't know. It's weird because I see these spots like every weekend, you know. But like for someone
Go
who
Japan, dog.
could do that. But for like other people who's like looking at venues for the first time, wedding in Hawaii, they're like, wow, look at the view of Chinaman's Head at, you know, Palico Gardens.
yeah.
You know, but
Whatever.
yeah,
Good
whatever.
For you.
Yeah.
I got that shot. I don't. I think there is space for like a new venue
Mm.
on Oahu because of this reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
chances are people who are getting married, someone in their group of friends has already gotten
Married at that spot, or yeah.
Yeah, and so I've seen that kind of internal competition in friends where it's
Yeah.
like, I can't go there because she went there.
Yes.
I can't get that because she got that.
Yeah.
And it's almost like this one-upping.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if it's not anything like that, it's just more, I want something else.
Yeah.
Have the same group of friends, same bridal party, just
Yeah.
different.
Different location.
I mean, I do think just as we see photographers
Mm.
being replaced by
AI.
technology,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a hit on the wedding industry as well
Mm.
as a big piece. And one way I saw it happen in Japan before I left was when the whole AR, VR, virtual, basically virtual.
Mm-hmm.
So then that made venues also pivot, right? Because if your big ticket item for you is heads or seats,
Yeah.
right, guest count,
Mm-hmm.
and that's getting greatly reduced or impacted by something else that's happening in the market,
Yeah.
how do you pivot? So it'd be interesting to see how that Hawaii wedding venues,
Mhm.
right, also either embrace or resist or pivot when these kinds of technologies start making waves. Not
Yeah.
just, I think we see it like whatever service you use to cull photos,
Mm.
they're gone.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
They're
I
gone.
get
Edit photos,
gone.
gone.
We don't need you.
Yeah.
That's like the first wave. People
Yeah.
out, replaced. Then I think the next one will be you
Yeah.
and the other photographers.
Mm-hmm.
You're out. Then what? Like the venues, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just gotta eat. It gets way up.
For real.
And I mean, I'm not doom and gloom, but I think everyone has to have that sort of view of I could be replaced.
Yeah.
So I have to rethink, re-strategize my value proposition to this market.
Mm.
What else can I offer
Yeah.
besides this thing that's being replaced?
Yeah.
I know we kind of talked about it last time too, but I wouldn't, for me, I think video has a little bit more of a runway.
It does. I think
A
so.
little bit more of a runway than photo. But I don't think I'm going to invest in more gear.
Mm.
If anything, I'm going to get like a $500 camera
Yeah.
and try and do the same thing I can do with the $5,000 camera
Mhm.
type of thing, right?
Yeah.
That's my whole kind of pivot right now is the conversation I just had. If somebody wants to set up a studio like this
Yeah.
in their facility to create this YouTube channel, and I'm like, well, I don't think I'd spend what I spent on this to do it because I
Yeah.
know it can be done
Yeah.
for half,
Mhm.
not like less than that. And considering just the writing on the wall, I don't know how long it's going to be, how long it's going to be relevant.
Yeah.
That's why I started making more content on this.
I see.
Just so I have, it's like hedging my bet.
Yeah.
I want to make content on this. I know you spend a lot of time on your studio, and dollars too, I'm sure, you know?
Yeah.
You got like a 3-light setup. I was like, damn, bro.
lights, bro.
You're trying to go all
Yeah.
out. But good, looks
Yeah.
cherry. But there's, every day it's getting less and less relevant.
Mm.
So fucking start making that shit, though.
I know. I gotta. Frick.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, you have this whole fucking, I don't even know how many hard drives you have at your house, but I know you got a lot.
The load.
I'm excited. Let's put it that way. Next time you're on, let's just do that.
What?
You see how I have this other angle right here?
Yeah.
So at Tevis, what I did was I just hooked up my computer and, it's downstairs. I hooked up my computer and I had like a list of 10 things about storytelling.
Mm.
And then we just kind of went over it.
I see.
Oh shit, that reminds me. I have another photographer, Davin. You know Davin Carvalho?
No, I'm not sure. Oh, he's in the group
Yeah,
chat. visual.
yeah.
I mean,
He does a
I
lot
don't
of
really look at that, but
he does a lot of astrophotography,
I see.
time lapse. So when he comes in, I was like, bro, let's do an edit live. Like, I want to see how you piece together this stuff. How do you like So we're gonna be here, and one of the angles will be the screen.
I see.
So it becomes kind of like
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So we could try that with your stuff too. Here, edit a photo, and then you're like, oh, this is why I do this. Most people starting are gonna make this mistake.
Yeah.
And then when you do it at your place, then it's like you already did it.
Yeah.
Kind of like getting some reps in, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause.
Cuz.
All right. Hey. Yep. The girl's coming home.
Girls going.
What
Solid
else?
one.
What else? What else, dog? What we can do next time besides what I just said?
Well, hopefully by next time we'll have a video up already. Hopefully.
Yes, sir. What? Just the intro video?
Intro
whatever.
video or something, or I don't know.
Oh, that reminds
We'll
me.
see.
I gotta do my intro. Because mine, it's like Monday is when the first episode is gonna drop.
I know.
But the page intro is I gotta send that to the editor.
So are you starting all the way from episode 1?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like all of this,
Yeah.
people ain't gonna see. I asked the editor, like, if I gotta do some edits too, I will. But I want to clear the backlog so that like this will be up next week or something at the latest.
So how much you get now? How much you get in the mag?
Oh, cuz
How much?
full
How
clip,
much?
dog.
Full clip.
I wish I had my computer in front of me. I could just count it. But I think it's around 30. Yeah,
Dang.
I think it's around 30. And you're in like 2
Yeah,
or this
yeah.
is
Oh,
the first one we did wasn't the one where we moved this and had the lights, was it? I want to say that was the second one, but I know I had like Kevin, like 2 or 3 with Kevin, one with Matt, one with Shinju. Like this was just early.
yeah.
Then I had my neighbor come through, and then I had my other homie, I had my brother. So it's like there's a bunch that are just when it was like plain nothing, right? And then it gets into then I had 2 lights.
Yeah.
I got rid of that dome. Then I always had these, but I didn't have
Table.
these arms. I didn't have these arms. I had the table ones.
Yeah.
Then then it just goes on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say around 30, but it could be. I don't know.
Or you're posting everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll be, so I'll just give you, again, there's no secret. So the long form, that'll be one. Then each one I'm making mediums from. So let's say the topic where Tom and Kenji talk about siblings and the order of siblings. Does that make a difference in your personality?
I see.
That's one topic. So that'll be like a medium.
Medium would be for
Mediums
like
are
shorts or
no,
not?
that's on YouTube as a video.
Oh, okay.
So anything over 60 seconds is a video. The video can be 3 hours, 10 hours, or 3 minutes, right?
I see.
It's just for me, it helps to think. Long is like the full. You could say full.
Yep.
The full. Then the pieces, the parts, which is like topics.
Yep.
Which I just call long, medium,
and
short, and then shorts. So the posting schedule will look like, let's just say Monday is episode 1 long. Tuesday, and then every subsequent day, a medium is from that long is posted.
I see.
Maybe 2 times a day, because you can't really tell how many mediums you can get from the long, right?
Yeah.
And then every day is a short.
Short. I see.
Probably 2 shorts, 3 shorts, and the scheduling of that that's the part that I have fun with now on the Moving to Hawaii channel, where I know the long's going to be released, let's say next week, Wednesday, but I might start releasing shorts today,
I see.
leading up to the long.
Yeah.
So I don't know that part. It's just fun. I'm experimenting.
Yeah.
Some stuff is going to be overlapping, but I was talking with, my editor, and I said, I don't care if we post all 30 of them on the same day.
Yeah.
I want it out. I know it's not good for blah, blah, this and that, but
As long as the line is in the water.
bro,
That's
you know
the
what I'm
main
saying?
thing.
The lines is wet,
Always get chance.
and I have like all these lines just sitting
Yeah.
on the shore.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. Just cast them out. And then already with the small amount that I've already released on the Instagram and stuff, that's already led to the conversation I had earlier today.
I see.
And the conversations that I had yesterday or last week. And it's like, this is only going to get magnified on YouTube. So your boy's going out fishing,
Hey,
as you know.
go.
And I'm happy to see you starting to cast too, bro.
Get in there. Get in there.
Let them know where they can find you.
On Oahu.
Oh,
Nah.
Kilo Hammer.
I didn't set mine up yet.
Hey, this video is going to be evergreen, right? So you can check the description. I'll have his link in the description, whatever it's named.
Whatever it's named.
And
Pick. What did you call it?
Poser
And
and
director.
director. Pyrector.
Pyrector. That's the one.
That's
Oh.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, good stuff.
Good shit.
Until the next one.
Yes, sir.